Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Shadowverse Evolve Locals feature match. Today's feature match, we got Idolmaster taking on Amulet Haven. So, two decks that we've seen in the past before. Amulet Haven more than the Idolmaster deck, but still, this should be a pretty interesting matchup since because the Idolmaster variant in question here is more of the cute focus. At least there's a lot of them in the way in this list. It looks like, and yeah, so it should be two decks trying to outgrind each other. So it should be a very interesting matchup to see who can successfully do that. If I were to give an edge here, maybe probably the Amulet side, just because Amulet has a lot of more banish removal, which can kind of hurt the grind game of Cute, just because, or Idolmaster, just because they can't recycle some of their better plays later in the game, which is like Azuki, the 7-drop that can bring out other Cutes from deck or from our cemetery. So either way, this should be a pretty cool matchup. Looks like we got both players rolling dice to see who goes first, and then looks like we got Idolmaster going to be going first. And so let's get right into it. Looks like we're checking to see if we're going to mully it all. Looks like not. It looks like we're both players are going to pass on their opening turns, and turn 2 is already quick. We got a Momoka coming down on the Idolmaster side, and we got a Globe coming over on the Haven side. Looks like we're going to be on turn 3 here, evolving into a Momoka to check the top 3 to grab a cute card, and then we're going to be dropping a where is that? A Noriko to finish the turn. Then on the Amulet side, we got another Temple. So things are starting to go quick. We got things slamming down. Gets in some early aggro, looking like on the Idolmaster side. There is a 4/4 ward, but chose not to ward it. But anyway, we got another Globe coming down to search for a Psychic Maiden. And then we got a Sekhmet to get rid of one of the Globes to deal with the Kyoko to do one to face, but it still leaves 2 bodies up, which then will swing again, and looks like another Kyoko coming down to get rid of the Sekhmet. So same board state. And we got a really, really early lead as well, which is very troubling if you're the Amulet side, because you do not want to lose quickly like this. It looks like it looks like they feel the same, so they're gonna throw down a Temis to just reset the board state at the very least. So we'll see what happens next here. If Idolmaster can keep up the aggression. We got Sheikah coming down. Gonna send 3 cards to the cemetery, and looks like we got 2 of Akihas going to the cemetery. That's pretty big. And we got a Chica coming down now as well, which is going to make itself a 3/4 ward, since there are enough cute cards in cemetery to make it that. So, but it looks like we're choosing not to ward, just because Amulet doesn't really have many storms, so there's no really reason to, or at least real reason to. We'll see how things progress here. We're trying to resolve a Temple at the moment to bring out a Faith Follower from deck. So we're trying to figure out which one to grit. There are plenty of them. There's like Hind and Boost Kickers and several other things. So I guess we're going to go with the Boost Kicker, though, to then pay enough play points to clear the board and just kind of go from there. We got a Yui coming down now, which we're going to use one of the lessons to get rid of the body, and then we're going to search for a spell, and this spell is going to buff up that Yui and also heal a little bit as well. But the main important thing is it's just going to make it pretty big in general to try and be difficult to deal with. But there probably is going to be a good amount of ways to deal with it, since Amulet has some decent spot removal that doesn't care about stats. And looks like we were about to do something, but I think we did it in the wrong order, or just kind of did too many play point plays there. So it looks like we're going to go back on that for a second. So we got this is ironic. So we got a Mori coming down, but we also have one of Idolmaster's wards coming down as well, which is going to banish the Yui. So it's kind of some tit for tat there, I guess. And here comes one of the bigger plays, though, for the cute deck. We got Izuki coming down to bring back 2 cute followers from the cemetery. We got Kyoko and Noriko coming down. Noriko's going to be able to deal with the ward after Kyoko weakened it a little bit so the Noriko doesn't die. So we got board presence once again. And this is where things get interesting with the grind game. It looks like we got a Psychic Maiden coming down to banish the Izuki, however, which is pretty big. And looks like we got a Eidolon Mantis to also banish the Kyoko. So 2 valuable pieces banished, which is what I was saying earlier. It can be kind of rough because this version likes to recycle the Izuki to keep power plays going. But if they all get banished, can't really recycle them very often, sadly. Looks like we did swing in with the Noriko, though, to get some more damage. It's 30-8, which is pretty good. However, Haven can heal that all back in a very quick, however. So we'll see if things can continue to go Idolmaster's way. Got a Sheikah coming down to get a what is that? A Nene in the EX area. Now we're back on the Amulets turn. We got a Godsworn Alexiel, and this is where we're going to get some of that health back. We're going to heal 8 since we have 4 Amulets. Then we're going to do 8 damage to a follower and burn for 8. Looks like we're also going to clear the Noriko as well. So things balancing out right away again. So Haven back up to 17, it looks like. Got another cute follower coming down. It looks like it got a Chica to hand. I check the top. And then we got the same ward that was played earlier, but this time on the Idolmaster side to deal with the Alexiel. Looks like we're going to be swinging here with the Sheikah after we evolved it to just get some more damage in, which is not bad. Not a bad idea. Just get it going. Gotta stay aggressive in this kind of matchup anyway. And looks like we got another Godsword coming down to heal 8 again. And I'm guessing we're going to deal with the ward here. No, we're going to go deal with the Sheikah, actually, and then burn for 8 as well. Looks like we're going to leave the 2 other bodies up, which is fine. I mean, after you healed 8 twice, so I guess you can take some damage. So, looks like we're back on the Idolmaster side now. Got another Yui coming down, which we're going to evolve it to grab another spell here to try and cast for free. Looks like we're going to grab the center street, I think that is, and that's going to deal enough damage to get rid of the Alexiel to out it. And looks like we're going to be able to swing for a decent chunk of damage here as well. And that's 2 Alexios as well gone, so we only have 1 left on the Amulet side. So we're just, like we swing there, and we're going to stay aggressive here by bringing down a Miku to get rid of a lesson to give it Storm and swing for 3 more. But now we're back on the Haven side, and Amulet's going to be resolving another White Fang Temple, which is going to be getting out another Faith Follower for free from the deck. See what we can grab out. Looks like we're going to grab the Serenian Hind to see if we can get more Amulets in rotation. Grab a Meowskers, and also the Hind can heal by getting rid of an Amulet on the field as well with one of its 2-sided Evo forms. We're also going to looks like go down another Boost Kicker to clear the board with enough play points. And then we're going to go into the Serenian Hind Evo. One of the sides is going to heal for 4. And so we're going to end the turn with a Meowskers as well. So the Hind is also a ward as well, this form of it. But looks like we're not going to ward it. So it looks like we're just going to leave it standing. And we got a Akiha coming down. Akiha's going to pitch itself from hand and deal 3 damage to something. Looks like we're going to do 3 damage to the Hind to try and make it easier to kill. And we got another Chica coming down, make itself a 3/4 ward. And then we got a Kyoko, another Kyoko coming down to get rid of that Hind. However, we can't really deal with the Boost Kicker, sadly, which is unfortunate. But thankfully, that's a fanfare ability, so it's not gonna just activate on the field. But we got a Psychic Maiden though to banish one of the followers. Another Psychic Maiden coming in as well to get rid of the Akiha. And the Boost Kicker is going to swing in, and we're going to leave the Chica though there. So at least we got 1 body still there, and that Boost Kicker is going to get dealt with by another Akiha. We're going to swing here. Things are kind of stabilizing at this point, though, but I do think the amulet side is kind of pulling away a little bit because it does still have more things to play with than the Idolmaster side at the moment. Looks like we're just going to play down a Yui just to have it out there. I think we went through both Evos as well, so you can't really Evo it, sadly. Now we're back on the amulet side. Plenty of ways to get rid of this board. Just see where we go from here. Looks like we're going to go with another Serenian Hind. Check the top, and then grab a Will to Overtake. An old Uma card that is really good in Amulet. And we're going to be using an Evo point finally, actually, to go into the other side of the Hind, which is going to get rid of an Amulet to try and deal damage to a follower. It's going to do enough to get rid of the Akiha, and then the Moray is going to be able to kill another body since on its last words. And we're going to be swinging into the Chica as well. So that's a full board clear there. And we got a Nana Abe as well to filter through more of the deck to try and grab more stuff. And we got a In-Statue Seraph that was found, which is a card I have not seen in a while. So that could be a problem if it's not dealt with in time. But anyway, we're back on the Idolmaster side. We got to see if they can recover here. They still have a Nene in the back, so they can try to recycle stuff, but again, that Uzuki got banished early, so it's going to be hard. But speaking of Uzuki, we do find one off of the Momoka, which is nice, but we're going to have to, I don't think we have enough play points to play it, sadly, so we're going to have to wait till next turn. And it looks like we cleared the Hind as well to at least get it off the field. And I think that's pretty much it for the turn, so now we're going to go back here to the Haven side. Haven clearly have the card advantage over the Idolmaster deck at the moment, especially with the hand size between both players. It looks like we got the third Alexio coming down, which is going to heal for 6 this time. It looks like we're going to be burning for 6 as well. Get him down to 4, but that's not going to be staying there for long because we're going to be healing that off of this, off of the Haven Idolmaster ward here, which will heal him back a little bit since he is other 10, which is nice. And doesn't look like we ward it, so it looks like we're just going to leave it standing. Statue Seraph coming down now, which if the game doesn't end in 3 turns, it's going to heal for 10, which is going to be a huge swing. But speaking of swings, here we got a Uzuki coming down finally. Looks like we're going to bring back a Akiha and a Miku. Akiha is going to be able to burn as well, since it is past turn 10 at this point, as well as heal. We're also getting some boosted stats. Miku is going to get rid of the last lesson as well, so now we're out of lessons, so we're kind of out of the main resource of healing, at least with the Uzuki. So now we're just kind of out of healing at this point, I would say, which is unfortunately. There are other ways of still doing it. We can still try, if this Uzuki doesn't get banished, we can still, recycle it and everything, and then off the Nene here, and then heal off the Akiha, but our ways of healing are very limited. And it looks like we're gonna go with the Nene play. Yep, since our board did just get outed by the boost kicker, and it looks like we're gonna try and put him on clear the board again. By bringing back the same, looks like another Akiha, but this time instead of the Miku, we're getting back the Noriko. That is another force. That is actually another form of healing because on strike it does heal. So now we're putting Haven on have it again by clearing the board, or else there's gonna be a lot of damage coming down. Actually, I think it's lethal, honestly, if it doesn't get cleared. But we'll see if it does. We're out of Alexios too. We've gone through all 3 Alexios, so those are all gone. Looks like an Eidolon of Madness. Looks like we're going to banish something. We're going to banish a second Uzuki. That is very rough. We got to back that up with a Temis to clear the board again. So board cleared a second straight time. Got a Meowskers after we got rid of the Will to Overtake to clear the board a little bit. We're going to be grabbing a Serene Hind off of that. And then there's a stair up to 3 counters. I believe it's 1 more counter away from actually like healing for 10, which is just, I think will pull the deck away. Got a Akiha coming down. I believe that is Akiha or Akiho, my bad. I'm sorry. It looks like we got more just spam bodies. Hope they stick. We're actually almost decking out on the Idolmaster side as well, so that also is another thing that could happen, just because the game is just not ending. Looks like we're going to go Maiden to banish. We got a Phantom Blade Wielder. Probably deal with another body to do 2 damage to the Miku. And then at end phase do 2 damage again. So clear 3 of the bodies. And we are healing for 10. Yep, so there the statue serve has resolved. And we're getting a Temis and a Hare for more board clear if we need it. And I think that kind of spells curtains for the Idolmaster deck. I don't think yet, even with this Izuki coming down, that doesn't really matter because it's going to get outed by either the Hare or the Temis, sadly. So I think the Idolmaster deck's going to just deck out, unfortunately. Just because, yep, looks like we're going to use Temis to clear the board. Again, I think that's about to be all she wrote, sadly. Even the Amulet deck is almost decking out too, so both decks going through a lot of resources. And we're drawing our last card. Shiki check for imaginary cards, and then Amulet will just draw and pass. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Amulet taking it down. Both decks clearly trying to outgrind each other there. Just sadly, the Idolmaster deck just kind of just could not outlast all the board wipes that the Amulet Haven deck can do. So yeah, other than that, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. See you guys again with another one. So yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed. Like I said, leave a like, comment, definitely subscribe, and we should see you guys next video. Have a nice day.